it's Priya here, and in today's video I'm going to be painting a seal using gouache, and I'll also be talking about how you can take some time to relax and create and just enjoy the creative process. Now, if you look at the screen, I'm just showing you the colors that I have, a 12 set of gouache paints that I'm using for this illustration or this painting in my sketchbook. And I think a sketchbook is the best way to start. You can use canvases or smaller canvases, but I think a sketchbook is the best way for you to begin if you are one of the artists that fear the blank page, because there's a lot of artists that fear the blank page or fear a new sketchbook or fear a blank canvas. And I think the way to get around that is just to start, because there's no other way for you to get over that fear besides starting to create. Once you start creating and making art, you will realize how fun it is, and you'll enjoy the process, and you'll eventually just keep creating, and you'll want to create more, and you won't be afraid of the blank page. Now, even me as an artist, a professional artist that's been doing art or making art for years, I still have the fear of the blank page, but I just bring myself to just start creating whenever I want to create, and I just start creating. And once I start creating, I start making art, and I enjoy the process. And funnily enough, that as you start creating art, you'll want to create more arts. And that's something I realized when I was painting and drawing, that really once I get into it, I really want to do more and create more. And you choose a subject that you like. So start off simple and start off with something you enjoy, something you like. And maybe it could be flowers, or maybe it could be an animal. Just start off with things or subject matters that you like and that you enjoy. That will really motivate you to create the artwork more. And an important thing to remember is, whether you're starting off with a painting or a doodle, remember that perfection is not important, because a lot of artists look at perfection and they go for perfection and they end up not creating at all. They look at the sketchbook and they give up halfway through their sketch. So it's not important to have everything perfect. Yes, I would say that your accuracy of your sketch should be as accurate as possible, just so that the proportions, if you're doing an animal, looks realistic and looks like the actual animal. That's if you're going for a more realistic look. If not, if you're going for a cartoony look, then it's fine to have the proportions off. It's entirely up to you and what you want to create, because this is your time to create, and it's your time to relax and get lost in the process and just focus on creating. And honestly, it's a very good feeling when you get lost in your artwork, because you lose track of time and you just like, wow, I spent so many minutes on this painting or so many hours, and I didn't even realize that I've spent so long. So that's a really good feeling. I don't know if any of you have felt that feeling, but I have, and it's a wonderful feeling. And another thing to remember is that when you're starting to create, as I said, create simple artwork. It can be just a doodle, it can be a scribble, it doesn't have to be a finished piece. If you're going for a finished piece, then you can look at maybe getting the accuracy right, getting the proportions right, perspective right, depending on what subject matter you are painting or drawing. Now, also another tip for you to get started, if you are getting stuck with starting with your art, is to keep your supplies, keep it within reach, so that you can easily access it, so that you don't have to go look in a cupboard for it or anything like that, because that can deter you from actually creating and create one step that will block you from actually going ahead and making some art. So keep your supplies within reach, and then it just makes it easier for you to just grab your supplies and start creating. That's one tip that I realized that I needed when I had art block and when I was struggling to start creating. Keep your supplies within arm's reach. That way you can create and you can not worry about the process of looking for supplies, because sometimes just looking in your cupboard or digging through a drawer for your supplies can become a tedious task, and that can lead you to end up not creating, because you spend all the time that you allocated for painting or drawing, you can allocated it just for I mean, you allocated it for painting or drawing, but now you are using it up for just looking for your supplies. So I believe that it's very important for you to keep your supplies within the reach, so it's easy to get. Or the night before, the day before you have a creative session, just keep your supplies on your desk where you're going to be working, and that way you'll have all your supplies within reach. Now, creating is a very involved process, but I just want to tell you that don't worry about perfection, because a lot of artists start worrying about perfection and they want their next piece to be better than the previous piece. And I'm here to tell you that that's not necessary. I've had pieces that I don't like, and I've been painting and drawing for years professionally. So just remember, you need to leave out perfection and just enjoy the process of creating, especially if you want to relax from a stressful day or stressful week. You just want to sit down and create. So I would advise you to just create and not worry about perfection. If the piece doesn't come out the way you would like it to, you learn from it, because there's always a learning curve in art. No matter how far you've come or how many pieces you've created, you always learn something. I'm always learning. Even now, I'm still learning. And sometimes that's something you need to be reminded of, that bad piece is not really bad because you're learning from it and you are growing as an artist, you're growing your skills. And I think that's the most important thing that you need to take from this video, is that just create for the sake of creating. Enjoy the process, enjoy your supplies, enjoy the way they go onto paper or canvas, and just enjoy it because you bought them to enjoy. So just use them and create with them. Like I said in my previous video, use all your art supplies because you don't want to keep them lying around and just stored away. You want to use them and you want to create with them. And sometimes you can create some amazing art with your art supplies if you just take some time to create and focus on your art and not worry about perfection or worry about anything else. Just stay away from distractions and just focus on creating art that you make, that you enjoy. So I guess that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and share. It really helps the channel out. And if you want to leave any comments, you can leave them in the comment section down below. Don't forget, if you want to see other videos like this and other art and art inspirational videos that I put up on my channel, then you could consider subscribing so you don't miss out on the next upload. And also, if you want more in-depth videos, I do have a Patreon, so you can visit that Patreon. The links are down below so you can see more videos. Until the next one, bye.